Everton lost in the Premiership. This man scored the equaliser and helped in the winner. But since then, Everton have won 5 and drawn 3, and this team is precisely that which in their last home match scored 7 against Southampton, with Nick Barmby voted the man of the match. So the warm welcome for the old boys, Peter Reid and Paul Bracewell, has a double meaning, especially as Sunderland arrive with Ord and Stewart's suspensions adding to the problems of a long-term injury list. Alex Ray and Craig Russell are the 2 changes compared with last week. We have a FIFA man in charge, Peter Jones from Loughborough. And it won't be lost on many of the home supporters, I'm sure, but shall we say Sunderland shirts are not dissimilar than those of Southampton. Here's Speed, who got a hat-trick in the 7-1 win. With young Michael Bridges left out for this one. A bit of extra experience needed by Peter Reid's team. And at the moment, they've left 1 man up. Here's Craig Russell. Good strike. What a fine homecoming that would have been. He and Peter Reid, part of one of the best Everton sides of all time. Winners of championship medals between them and Cup Winners' Cup. And that would have been a fine start for Paul Bracewell. Russell. Ray. Ball's gone into the box. Still ball. A little unlucky then, Sunderland. Neville Southall to the rescue. The initial ball in midfield caused the problems. The parry and grab ended them. Died Stewart in the middle, Parkinson up there as well. Not sure whether that was intended, but it found Grant. Eventually cleared by Scott after a very dainty run by Tony Grant. Good flick on and a good ball through. But Southall was quick, spread his legs first, in fact. Did well. Good flick on by Stewart. And Barmby almost seizing on the chance. The referee says no foul. It's a great appeal for a penalty then. Maybe not on Barmby's side, but there was huge hesitation. The goalkeeper didn't know what was happening. Well, you can understand the reaction behind that goal. Unsworth up for the corner. Watson further back this time. On by Speed. Clearance off the line was by Bracewell. Speed. Couple of complaints, but it certainly looked as though he was held by Martin Scott. Scott and Ball led the protests, and Stewart gets the chance and doesn't take it. Parkinson is wide with a follow-up. Lionel Perez, French goalkeeper, doing his job. Wasn't the best of penalties, but it was a good save. And Parkinson's header followed it. Chelskis, Stewart, Barmby, Parkinson making an overlap on the right, still Barmby, Kanchelskis. Parkinson was actually the better placed. Russell. Unsworth left his man and came across, had to win it and won it well. Huge applause for the arrival of Duncan Ferguson. And he's going to replace the promising Tony Grant. Watson, good clearing header. 12 times substitute Craig Russell. Paul Stewart suspended. Rare opportunity today. Useful, and he scores! Really good cross. Craig Russell. Beautiful piece of play by Alex Ray that got him around Unsworth, and a header past the goalkeeper moving across. Sunderland lead. Well, a well-balanced, competitive team performance has just been given a bonus, and it's needed a new piece of gum for the manager. It's one sort of celebration. Kelly, met by Ferguson. Bracewell. Oh, he and Reid would relish a victory here, but there's a long way to go yet. And here's Kanchelskis. Stewart had moved into an offside position briefly, and Kanchelskis is well denied by Perez. Duncan Ferguson has left of the penalty spot, and it's Kevin Ball who's keeping a wary eye on him. That's a good claim. Struck it well, they held the line, Stewart was back onside in the end, and a good parry away. In by Kubicki, well, Kanchelskis was waiting, and here's Russell. Oh, he struck it well. Southall got just a touch, and it came off the far post. Delayed his... He just couldn't get a touch, there's a bit of a push. The crossbar by the youngster with his first touch of the ball. Good play by Speed. Ricochet off Stewart, and Branch with the shot. Got a deflection first by a Sunderland player, then by the crossbar. Watson and Speed switch. In comes Ferguson now, and scores! It's only his third goal of the season. A troubled season to date. Switch in front of him, and in he came for a really good header. Two on the line and the goalkeeper, but it got past all three with some power over the hand of Perez. Well, we've seen Everton bring on their youngster, with Craig Russell having worked really hard and deserved his goal going off. Sunderland now introduced their youngster, 18-year-old Michael Bridges. Bridges would like it. Four in the middle for Sunderland. Back by Smith. Away by Stewart, but only to Bracewell. Smith. Oh, that's beautifully done. Bracewell. So's that. Bridges. It's dropping in. Sunderland lead for the second time. Very neat build-up on the left. Everton will ask a lot of questions as to how this was able to go in. The angle that the ball took suggested there was a deflection. Bridges and Hinchcliffe going together, and it got a bit off both and curled at an angle from which Southall could not prevent the ball crossing the line. Hasn't changed, but he's looking cold outwardly and inwardly. Kubicki. Strong play by Craig Short, leads the counter. Barmby on this right touchline. Deliver for Ferguson. Up down for Branch. Speed. Yes, couldn't quite get there. One again by Scott. Here Melville played really well, and here's Agnew. Still Agnew. Good save. Michael Gray, second good save. Bridges, the points are Sunderland's, and having failed to score a goal in 6 away games, they've now scored 3 in 1. Southall making 2 saves, but to ask a third was too much, and Bridges put it in with some delight. 2 for him. Their journey home will be enjoyable. Second look at the watch and no more. And there will be few happier men in England this evening than the old Evertonian Peter Reid. Came back home and his team, Sunderland, have gone away with the points. Sharing that joy with him will be his assistant manager, also an old Everton favourite, Paul Bracewell.